Reach for the speed, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run. Reach for the words, reach for the story, follow the rainbow sun. To a shining time station, where dreams can come true, waiting there for you. So much to see, so far to travel, so much to learn to know. Friends by your side, hopes to hold on to, who knows how far you'll go. To a shining time station, where dreams can come true. Your own imagination waiting there for you.
Up in the hills and valleys in the middle of the island of Sodor are a few small villages, a dam, and a few factories making things from furniture to clothes, from garden gnomes to musical instruments. There is a little branch line that runs through the valley with two little engines, Colin, who was transferred from the Kirk Ronan line, and Whiff, an old tank engine who came to the island to have a new boiler to increase their strength. The two little engines enjoyed a quiet, peaceful life on the line and would often catch up on gossip while at Kelsthorpe. So then Bill and Ben left their quarry and worked on Thomas's branch line. Eventually they went back and Emily went to help. She didn't know about tokens and made a right mess of things. Who are Bill and Ben? The two engines had a spotless record and the line hadn't had an accident since the dam was damaged during a bad storm that saw Toby washed away on a bridge. One day, Whiff was at Kelsthorpe when Barry came in with a breakdown crane and a box fan. Morning, Barry. Had a derailment, have we? You could say that. Everyone's a bit confused as to how it happened, though. Did a set of points stand off? No. Was there something on the line? Nope. Oh, what about a false flange? Not even that. We think it hit the corner too fast. Whiff was confused. If that's the case, why didn't more of the train come off? Because it wasn't part of a train. This box van was parked on top of Gordon's Hill with tools and equipment for the P-Way gangs who are changing some sleepers up there. It was chocked and secured last night. Then this morning we found it at the bottom of the grade on its side. Now Whiff was really confused. And to make matters worse, you can't find the chocks. They've just disappeared. Maybe it's a ghost. You and your ghosts. Either way, it's definitely a mystery. I know. We have the Rail Accident Investigation branch on the island. Apparently they've uncovered another odd runaway in Knapford Harbour. The guard blew his whistle and Barry had to leave before he could finish his story. Whiff looked up deep in thought. Nah, it can't be. Be what? Sabotage? Don't be silly, Whiff. That's even more unlikely than ghost. Nah, it wouldn't have happened down here. We haven't had any accidents in years. Whiff set off. The idea of a runaway happening on his line floated through his funnel, but was quickly thrown out by his steam. The two tank engines went about their day. They didn't notice someone watching them. Later that evening, Colin placed a box van alone in the platform ready to be loaded with some mail for the next morning, and he went to his shed. The next day, it was gone. That's odd. Where is the mail van? He followed the track and found it had rolled into a set of trucks. Strange. I am sure we put the brakes on. The crew and Colin didn't think anything of it and went about their day as usual. A few hours later, Whiff was shunting and bumped a van. To his surprise, it went flying down the rails. Whiff blew his whistle loud and long as a warning. A track patrol team had to jump out of the way as the van rolled past. An oil can they were holding spilt everywhere. It toppled over the edge and straight down a hill and onto the road below. Not long after, sirens filled the air as fire engines, police and an ambulance rushed to the scene. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The Fat Controller and an inspector arrived.
What happened, Whiff?
I don't know, sir. We just buffered up to it and it rolled off.
How strange.
Where was the van parked? Just behind this lot of trucks, sir. The inspector went back. He checked the rails and then went and checked the truck's wheels. Then he spoke to the track patrol that was in the yard. I believe this was simply an accident. The brakes must not have been that secure, and the track gang appeared to have spilt some oil on the track. You probably pushed it enough to get the wheels to go over the oil patch and keep it rolling. With that, the Fat Controller and the inspector left, but something didn't sit right with Whiff. Barry came and helped recover the truck. What Whiff didn't know was the next day another engine would have a similar accident. Iris was shunting some trucks over at the canal. As she slowed to a stop, the front truck kept going without anyone noticing. Soon a guard's whistle sounded out and everyone watched in astonishment as the truck toppled over the edge of the quay and onto a barge.
Not again.
Peter was at Kelsthorpe when Whiff pulled in.
I heard you had a wagon fall down a hill.
Yes, and I'm quite perplexed by it.
Well, you're not the only one. Iris had a similar accident over at Knapford Canal, and that's after a diesel lost a van into the ocean as well a couple of days ago.
You don't say.
Yep. Percy found wagons in the places he didn't leave them as well. I think something is wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, a sudden increase in trucks rolling away and their brakes being off. I think we have a saboteur.
Don't be so silly, Peter. Why would anyone sabotage us?
That is the £1,000,000 question, my friend. Meanwhile, Colin was doing some shunting and left some trucks in a siding near the top of a hill. When no one was watching, someone took the brakes off and the truck began to roll.
On! Look out!
Colin got back to the yard and was filling up with water when someone ran over.
That truck's ran away down the hill. It's heading towards the village.
Colin's crew quickly threw the water hose out of the tank and raced after the truck. They raced down the hill and kept a lookout. It wasn't long till they found it. The truck had come off at a corner and collided with a house. People crowded round as firefighters worked through the building to check if anyone was inside, and the police kept them back. Thankfully, no one's inside. Apparently, they're on holiday. Colin, what happened?
The railway wasn't doing their job, that's what. Leaving a truck without proper brakes. They just rattle through here without a care in the world. Now look what's happened. Someone could have been hurt.
Yeah, this line should be shut down.
Alright, that's enough. Step away, please. This building isn't safe.
This railway isn't safe.
Colin, your side of the story, please. Well, sir,
We left the wagon at the top of the hill with chocks and handbrakes. Then we got told it ran away. Definitely chocks and brakes? Yes, sir. I took a picture on me phone with everything going on. See? I see. So someone definitely removed them then. Whiff came around the other way and stopped. Bust my buffers! What's happened here? Sabotage. Not you too. He's right, Whiff. It's looking more and more like a saboteur. That wagon that went down the hill, we cleared off some of the mud on the wheels, and it appears the oiler was put on the wheels instead of on the track, as I first thought. Whiff was shocked. News soon spread across the island, and all the engines and crews were on a lookout. Police were patrolling yards looking for anyone suspicious. It didn't take long. One night, Colin was again shunting up at the factories. As he rounded a corner, he saw someone fiddling with a truck. Hey, you! The man looked up and ran off into a truck nearby. Its wheels span as he raced out the yard. A policeman saw him, and soon the chase was on. Caroline was coming up the road the other way when she saw the van. It swerved off the road and into a farmer's field, colliding with a tree. The police arrived and called for the fire brigade. The man was arrested. So I heard about why that man was so focused on upsetting the railway and your line specifically. Oh? Do you remember the dam broke and flooded downriver? Well, his house was flooded in the disaster. He blames the railway for having trucks over the dam. He was a structural engineer who worked on the dam and would always say the vibrations from our pistons and the trucks going over the top was weakening the structure. Is the dam safe now? Yes, I helped rebuild it. It was upgraded to be stronger for the rail traffic. Didn't he know he could have hurt someone? That was his plan. Then everyone in the villages would turn against the line and demand it get shut down. That's terrible. He goes to court tomorrow. Peter left a very stunned Whiff at the siding. The man was sentenced to 3 years in prison for endangering the public, trespass and sabotage. The people of the village apologised to Whiff and Colin when they learnt of the man's tampering, and it was Colin that caught him. The two engines carried on with their work happily after that, and the villagers would wave to them as they passed through. There they are! The little engines who stopped a dangerous man.
Reach for the wind, reach for the whistle, go where the rail may run. Reach for the song, reach for the story, follow the rainbow sun. To a shining time station where dreams can come true, waiting there for you. So much to see, so far to travel, so much to learn to know. Friends by your side, hopes to hold on to, who knows how far we'll go. To a shining time station where dreams can come true. Your own imagination's waiting there for you. To a shining time station where dreams can come true. Your own imagination's waiting there for you, waiting